Welcome back to the John and Linetia show.
Linetia,
Yes.
if your father was in politics and decided to retire, would you expect that his position should be handed over to you?
Only if I wanted it.
Well, the
Take it
good news
over.
is that if you're in politics and you're in Chicago or you're in Illinois, it pretty much happens that way.
All the time.
It's like a monarchy. Democracy is kind of pushed aside. It's hilarious. Just you can I think of our 50 aldermen, there's a good 20 some that actually were appointed initially, were never elected in their first, before their first day.
Right.
And the scam kind of goes like this. Alderman becomes reelected, so let's just say it's like, I don't know, Dick Mell. He runs for election. Of course, this being Chicago, he doesn't really have anyone running against him, of any significance. He wins. And then within the 4 years, he decides that he's going to retire. Okay? And the rule in Chicago is that, there's no special election for a new alderman.
Correct.
The mayor appoints somebody to serve out the term, and then the next election, if there's somebody who's going to run against. And so what happened recently is Dick Mell decided that he was going to retire, and lots and lots of
controversy surrounding.
A lot of people were. It's like, okay, you're gonna, he kind of was suggesting his daughter Deb, who was in the Illinois House, which apparently is a less powerful position than alderman.
I don't understand that, but okay.
I don't understand either. So the mayor, Rahm Emanuel, basically said, we're not going to just give it to her because her name is Deb Mell.
Right.
Ha ha. Meanwhile, 100% of people within Chicago knew he was lying, knew that it was BS, that he was just going to give it to her. I'm going to look at all of the job applications. And apparently like a dozen people had kind of applied for it. And surprise, surprise, this past Wednesday, Deb Mell was named to succeed her father as 33rd Ward Alderman, proving once again that that democracy does not really exist very much in Chicago and Illinois,
and
that Rahm Emanuel lies. And you know what, he is easy to he's easy to follow because basically he does all the same stuff that Richard Daley did before him.
I remember back in the day, my dad used to always say that we live in a mob town.
It's a type of mob.
It's a mob town, meaning, hey, we know each other, and it's just the way it's going to go. We're going to get in here like this. Also, don't forget, the Mell family is already connected. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
okay,
they've
so
been
don't
connected.
forget Dick Mell's daughter, Patty is
Mell?
married to who?
Patty Mell, I don't know, Patty,
Blagojevich.
Blagojevich, yes. Dick worked behind the scenes to get his son-in-law Rod first elected in the Illinois House,
right,
and then elected governor of Illinois. Even though obviously Dick Mell has a very poor judgment on the content of someone's character. As we all know, Rod Blagojevich pretty much was a horrible governor and tried to buy and sell other political positions.
He's now in prison.
Yeah.
And but still politically connected. The family is. All of the people, it seems like, who have positions in Chicago have some type of political affiliation.
Well, yeah.
We're not just talking about the Mells. We're talking about the Delis. We're talking about the Madigans. We're talking about all these people that are basically, running our town, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of straddling the fence. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's not right to have nepotism, and then sometimes it's like, well, at least you got someone in there who you somewhat know.
It's not right. You know what?
Yeah.
It's not right. And the problem is the lack of choice, okay? You know, the problem with Chicago for years since the first King Daley pretty much has been, you know, the Democratic Party and nothing else. And when you are a one-party town, you can slate one candidate. And you know, maybe, you know, what happens like you know, recently, like Mike Madigan, you know, when he runs for re-election, he gets some, you know, tomato can to run against him as a Republican, somebody who never does any kind of campaigning and really is probably you know, part of a Democrat and probably right. You know, friends and all that, so that it seems like he's actually running against somebody, but in reality, it's not. It's not a one-person race.
Give him some money under the table.
You know, the other person has no chance of winning, and that's just kind of how it is. Unfortunately, we've got one machine in Chicago, and whenever anybody starts to have some kind of an independent power, they get seduced by the machine, you know, and they get brought over. You know, Deb Mell was, you know, the city council. Basically had one vote dissenting, and it was Bob Fioretti.
It was one vote.
You know, and Bob Fioretti is not exactly the cleanest alderman in the world, but basically, you know, he wanted to make a point of saying, oh, this is not a monarchy.
Right.
You know, this is a democracy. Well, you know, okay, whatever. You know,
but then some of the aldermen didn't even vote.
Yeah, well.
They were just like, it didn't matter what they voted or not.
Exactly.
Get in.
You know, exactly. You play along, and you're going to get a cushy position in government.
I just want to quote from John Byrne. He's a Tribune reporter. He says, Emanuel has positioned himself as the herald of a new, cleaner way of doing political business in Chicago, but with Deb Mell appointment, finds himself defending a process critics say smacks of the old way.
Yeah, well, he consistently says, oh, we're going to do it this new way, and then does it the old way. It's like him in transparency. You know, oh, we're going to be more transparent, and then they're not. You know, it's all BS. He's doing the same stuff that Richie Daley did.
Also, not saying this is any importance, but Deb Mell is the council's first openly lesbian alderman, so that would make it kind of a political thing for Rahm Emanuel too. You know, I think so. Yeah,
well, you know, whatever. You know, I guess. Yeah. You know, so now they got you know, 2 gay aldermen, 1 male and 1 female.
Right.
So what? You know,
for Rahm Emanuel, he feels like that's a power move.
Yeah, you know, like that makes it all better. You know, it makes it all better that we're appointing this person who, let's put it to you this way, hasn't really gotten any job on her own merit. You know, probably since college. You know, she went to Cornell College, a private liberal arts school in Iowa, studied political science. Okay, now you study political science and maybe you're going to go into politics or you're going to become a political science teacher. Okay, and then she goes to San Francisco and works as a pastry chef. The only job she probably got on merit. Okay, and then what? And then all of a sudden she moved to Chicago and got a job with a politically connected landscaping firm, okay? And, you know, how does a pastry chef get a job with a politically connected landscaping firm? Oh, well, you're politically connected. You know, her daddy got her that job. And then what happens? Then you know, she gets slated to run in, you know, for the, you know, Illinois House. And gets that, you know. So it must be nice, basically, not having to be talented, having to do everything, not having to do anything on merit, just doing it because of your name. And let's put it to you this way, okay? You could look at it and go, well, you know, when she gets in the position, she does a good job. What that really says is that you can put anybody off the street in that position, and they probably could do a good job. Period. No. It's outrageous, and you know what's going to happen? We've got to get somebody's got to actually rise above and start challenging the machine.
It's not going to happen.
Not anytime soon, unfortunately.
It's not going to happen. Thanks for listening to the John Linetia Show.